Okay, folks, I am back. We are anxiously awaiting Mr. Xavier Libby to join me again. Sure, you guys know I am running around like crazy today. So this is going to be a 10-6 race. We got Samoth going to 10 and Austin Roberts, who's going to be going to 6. So we're going to see how that works out. Nonetheless, it should be a very tight match. Everybody that's still in this competition at this point is definitely competitor at their skill set, at their skill level, whatever number they're racing to. And I believe one more round here, and we're going to be into the cash as far as these people go. So Xavier is back with us here.
Yep.
X, how's everything, bro?
Well, I really wanted to comment on this. I don't know how promising I'm going to be on the bias part, though.
Yeah,
this is my boy.
I know it's your buddy here,
he's got the most unique stroke you'll ever see.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Can you just give us the rundown of?
So it's called a slip stroke. If you watch his right hand, he holds it way high up on the wrap, sometimes right on the forearm, and he cocks his right arm out like. I don't even know how to explain it. He cocks his arm out like a 45-degree angle, and then his right hand, watch it, and you'll be amazed, because his right hand slides down the cue. He grabs it again from the back, depending on what his stroke is, and he strokes through the ball like he's been holding it there the whole time.
Yeah.
And he doesn't miscue the way that you'd think. If he ever miscues, it's honestly just because he's got the same tip from 10 years ago. So.
Are you serious?
No, not 10 years ago,
okay.
But he's had the same tip. That's the original tip on that cue. He doesn't. He's a real simple guy, you know. He thinks that Predator and Joss are the best. He's never heard of a custom cue. Doesn't want to. He's been playing with that 314-2 because that was the Predator shaft while it was out. And you know, some people claim, like Nelson claims, that the 2 was the best series that they came out with.
And you know, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
But he's playing with that just because, you know, that's his cue. But it wears down, and if he ever wanted to get a new tip, he wouldn't even know the names.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, he's the A and I'm the B. So
yeah. But when I first got the opportunity to see him shoot, it was pretty unique the way that he holds his cue. And
yeah, you heard me boasting about him. Yeah, you heard me boasting about him when I was living in Connecticut.
I was very happy to see how he plays. He's definitely a strong competitor.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna kill his action right here. He at Union Station. You know is it Clinta Casey? Is that his name?
Clinticaci.
Yeah. So everyone knows how strong he is. I mean, double dip Jason Shaw. No matter what happened, he plays strong. Clinta Casey came down to Union Station where he plays out of, and they played one hole even for about $200 races to 3. And the only spot was that Samoth got the break. And after 3 sets, Samoth was up 600, and the kid was ready to quit unless they played even. And then he ended up breaking even. But that's just to say, his one-hole game, it's a compliment to that, how you could have somebody as world-class as somebody who wins the World Pool Series.
Yeah.
And, you know, Samoth works 14 hours. I mean, he works 14 hours a day.
Oh, man.
But he still comes up, and he ain't afraid of the big Albanian wolf that came through.
Yeah,
he wanted to.
Yeah, he wants a piece of that.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, he came here and gave
Ray Mac, I heard.
Gave Ray Mac some action. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he came up winner on that one, but again,
no, he had a rough weekend.
It's all where you're comfortable, the equipment. You know, stars got to align. So.
You look at the way that he plays. Growing up, I used to think that because he kicked so hard, he was kicking erratically. He was kicking in a direction. He's one of the best. He's one of the best players to like get out of a bad situation, whether it's taking fouls, whether it's making a key shot. I mean, he doesn't really have that many weaknesses. It's because his stroke is so out there that people think that they just deserve for him to mess up mechanically every once in a while, and he doesn't.
Yeah, I can definitely see people feeling that way.
One of our other players, who's known as one of the best gamblers, he used to make a living off of Samoth when he was growing up because Samoth was trying to get that slip stroke down, couldn't get it down, and he'd pay. He was an honest guy. He would
Excuse me 1 second.
he would lose $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. You know, that was his payment. And you know, the running joke is that Samoth will gamble the rest of his life, and if he won every single day, he still won't be even. But man, the way that he the mechanics that came out of how he practiced, he's truly something special. Just little stuff like this. He knows he's playing a C player here. He knows that if he can somehow get ball in hand, you know, he doesn't have to get. He's probably not going to get ball in hand here. But if he can, look, the 1-9 is right there. And he gets ball in hand anyway. You know, he's really smart and methodical too. I'm just talking about myself here. Mike's not even here with me, and I'm just complimenting him. You know, he's thinking about everything. He wants to get that 6 out of there. You know, as soon as that 6 is out of there, that's you know, the only problem from there is maybe getting on the 7. But as long as you're on the 7, he's already thinking 8 shots ahead right here. Very strong. It's a different way to do it. Doesn't look happy, but he can't scratch right here. You know, you almost want to draw it right to the side rail just to kill it. That English. Instead, he hits it beautifully. Beautifully. And right now, the rack's wide open now. Solved all his problems. He's got the 7 ball. That's about it. The only thing. I don't know why he did that, but it turned out okay. Biggest thing with tight pockets, and all the best players know it. They the pocket size really doesn't matter when you start playing position like you do right here. A 3-foot shot, a half an inch really shouldn't matter that much. Now when you're playing from side to side, playing English shots, yeah, that affects it. And right here is one of these where the pocket's going to come into play. But you're going to make it the same way as you would on table 2, as you would on 1.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
Did I miss anything out of the ordinary, or?
No, I'm just complimenting him, being completely biased, and hoping he runs out.
Well, I got to say, I'm not really familiar with Austin Roberts' skill set or his game or any of that stuff.
He's from New Hampshire. I met him up in Maine one time. He was a camp counselor, and they said he played on the Dion Tour.
Okay.
And then I went to the next Dion Tour, and he came in 3rd.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought it was Austin Ross, and you messed up at first. And I was looking for him.
Actually, I think I saw Austin Ross somewhere in the building over here.
Really? And was he standing on something?
Yeah. I was actually looking for something on the floor. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Austin. We love you, bro. Sorry. We're just messing with you. But yeah, I'm not really familiar with this game. You know, we got word on how he plays, and that's how he was able to compete in the tournament. However,
wow,
that was a
rattler and
very strong statement there by Samoth.
Wow. Yeah.
But again, you know, I got word from you know, different players and tournament directors and you know, people in the rooms that he's played in, and that's really how we got his evaluation.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I mean, it stinks, but you know, to establish yourself or to establish anybody, you got to let them play. And the best that you can do is you let them establish themselves on something that you can afford for them to you got to assume the worst kind of. If somebody's going to put one over on you on a handicap or something, you want them to do it on the no money added tournament.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's one of the tough things as a tournament director or someone that runs a league or something. You got to look out for people that are looking to get you wrong and try to fly under the radar or whatever. But
and what stinks is when somebody plays well, you don't want to make them feel bad for playing well. That's the goal. But you got to find that line of where where you're playing well or where it's just borderline unfair. What a break. He will always break from that same spot, right from the side, and he smashes that head ball right along that same path as if he was continuing through the first 3 balls on the left-hand side of the rack, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. He just continues along that path. He winds up with about the same amount of strokes. I think it's like 4 strokes every time. But there's no racking secrets. There's no breaking spot secrets. It's let's get this thing blasted apart and run it out. Oh.
So that's a normal break for Samoth. That's how he goes.
He's very consistent. Like I said, he's a real simple guy. He started realizing that he makes more balls when he breaks from the side. And it's kind of odd because when you see him, when they hobble him a little bit and they put him in the make him break from the box and stuff, he's really not that experienced with it, and he depends a lot on that rail for stability when he breaks, and you see it.
It looked like he was trying to roll into that 9-6 combo there to open it up. Now, what do you think he's going to do here as far as attacking this shot now, attacking the table? I mean, if you look here, I mean, he could play into the side pocket here and try to manipulate a straight up and down, or
so go straight up and down and make it on the side, and then come down as close as not as close as you can, but you want to come off the edge so that you can maybe straighten that 6 ball out and line up the 6-9, and you can go 2 rails around the 7 and behind the 8 at the same time. But he's going to do one. No, he's not.
Ooh, very nice attempt there.
But right here, this is what I was talking about. You put the 6 right into that little notch right there, and you do just a little bit of inside.
Yeah, you roll with inside and try to bring the cue ball up the table, yeah.
And there's literally no risk of anything happening. People like to come around the right-hand side of this, and what they end up doing is they clip it too much or it's frozen. It hits off the 6 and goes in the middle of the table. But if you hit it with inside rather than that, you're just hooking it into another ball. It's not going anywhere, and you're hopefully getting right behind the 8.
Now, that could have been real bad. If he hit that 8 a little thinner, he could have scratched there. But
if that 6 is off the rail at all, he needs to be aware of that, because if it's on the rail, then that carom's a lot tougher because the double kiss is going to throw the cue away. But if it's not on the rail, well, we've been on this camera for a while. My bad.
Oh, no, that's not you. I'm changing them behind your back here. So, I mean, what do you see here? I mean, is he going all in? You think this guy, Austin, is going to go all in?
What I do here is I try and just stop it, but I try and hit the left quarter or left third of the ball is about where it is. And as long as but it depends on if it's frozen. And the littlest crack really matters, because the littlest crack allows you to stop that ball and put it right in that little notch right by the 9. And you also can send that 6 away from the 7 and just use the 9 as a stopper. And then you have the easy safety too. You could just bump into this and put this on the side rail, and hopefully it gets behind the 7, and the cue will be stopped right by the 9. There's a lot of options here. It's more of an execution than it is anything. You're going to tell what. You see, we knew what he wanted to do. It's just what his execution was. He didn't come out that bad either. It's just he's not going to like his next shot at all, because all you have to do is come off the edge of the 6 off the left and then just put the cue on the end rail, and you have such a big blocker with that 7 ball, and you're leaving him a 9-foot shot to go 2 rails.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't happen even at the highest levels. But instead, he's going on the 7. He left him a shot.
Now, this table is always giving the players a run for their money as far as figuring out the table speed.
Plays really true, though.
So
strong shot.
Austin Roberts bearing down.
Oh,
Can't hold it together on the long straight one on the tight table.
here's another one of, I mean, it sounds like I'm just pumping some mud up, but he really is an exceptional banker, too. Because watch the cue ball. He's really good at controlling the cue ball.
So you think he's going to get nice position
He might
on
not
the 8
make
ball
it.
with the bank shot?
He might not make it, but that cue ball is going to be right where he needs to. It's not going to be stopped. It's going to be on the end rail. See it?
Yeah, very good. Very good.
You know what I'm saying? It's,
Nice and controlled.
Mhm.
Well, Xavier, I mean, I can't argue with you. I see that you're biased with this player here, but
Well, I didn't want him to make it necessarily. I just
Oh,
thought
you didn't want
that's
him to
what he
make
was
it?
doing. I was predicting stuff. This shot right here cost him a match against Donnie Mills. He actually, same way. He kept doing this shot against Donnie Mills, and he would hit it way too hard instead of using the spin, just trying to power through it. And just on the smaller pockets, when
just
you
doesn't
make,
really accept it like that.
well, when you make smaller pockets, you reinforce the walls so much stronger because you have so much shimming going into it, or you have just a stronger wall in general that it actually will play tighter. It will play naturally tighter than a big pocket table. You know what I'm talking about? Like if you rattled it on this, the same way that you rattled it on table 2. Did he make it? Oh,
He didn't make it.
oh, I couldn't see it because I wasn't looking at the. I was looking
This
at
is
the
going to
screen.
be a nice soft hit here.
Yep. Wow. Yep. But keep in mind, you know, Austin still hasn't used up his whole spot yet. So if he can get one, then it's he's in a 2-rack lead. So.
All right, and that's Samoth going up 3-0 against Austin Roberts.
It seems like I'm pumped. I mean, I'm just going to admit I'm pumping him up now, but in reality, I mean, Austin hasn't had that much to work with. I mean,
Yeah, no,
he's
you're
taken
right.
some swings, but he also got a lot.
It's been low percentage swings. I mean,
Yeah.
the shots that he's been faced with haven't been really anything cut and dry.
Yep.
Xavier, excuse me 1 second. I have
problem.
to deal with something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, alrighty, I'm gonna look at this chat real quick because I haven't really been looking at that much. Anybody got any questions about anything? Right here, I'm gonna be playing a save. Right here. Curious. He's gonna try and spin this. Looks like he's about to jack up, try and spin around it. It's not a bad shot. Not a bad shot. He's gonna get. Smart can see it, but it's not guaranteed. Nice shot. Really opens up the rack too. If he wants to stop shot it and try and use that angle, if he wants to go forward and play it in the other corner. And he probably wants to stop shot it so that he's going 2 rails around. But nope, it's gonna go the other way. Well, can either come straight up and down. Got to make a decision though. Looks like he's going inside. Watch out for that side pocket. Well, it's a tester. Real tester right here, because he's got to go 2 rails, but he's got to avoid the 9. The 5 goes. Very nice shot, but like I said, he had to avoid that 9 ball. There are no jump cues allowed. He might be able to spin around this, though, and it might not be that bad of a shot, though. Other matches that we got going on. Looks like Austin played a pretty good safe there. But Smutt's gonna be able to see the edge and go kick it to the left, put it on the end rail and go 2 rails around, just leave distance. But other matches we have are Ran Tomba versus Chris Leal. Chris Leal is up 4-3, but he's spotting Ran 10-8. And we have Jimmy Prather is playing Sweet Money. I'm not sure if Sweet Money's real name, but if you know Sweet Money, you know what I'm talking about. And it looks like it's 5-4 right now. I'm not sure who's winning. I'll let you know. They need to figure out how to get this. And then the next day we have Kevin Brule versus another gentleman. I don't know his name. We have CJ Farnham versus Jared Demalia. CJ is up 1-0, and Jared's spotting him 8-6. And we have Ryan Stevens versus Tim Perry, and that score is 6-5. But Tim is giving Ryan 10-6. So Ryan's on the hill, and Tim needs 4. Let's see if we can pull it back out. Oh, KC. All right, correct. Austin. That's unfortunate, and that's going to pretty much use up his spot. Doesn't mean that he's out, just means that, you know, he's got to tighten up a little bit if he's going to play somewhat even at this point. Then we have Mikey Minicello versus Matt Renendez. That score is 6-3. Mikey's giving him 10-6. Oh, Samoth gets out. Got lucky there, Samoth. If you ever see me and you ask me about Samoth, I will never give him a compliment ever. But he really is. I mean, he's about as good as we have to offer in Maine right now, besides somebody like Mikey. But I praise on mistakes too. He doesn't. He'll make mistakes, but he'll also prey on mistakes really hard. Click over to the camera. See. That's Sweet Money cutting in the 9 ball on table 3. Samoth's about to break, so we'll go over to this backwards camera. He's going to break from that right side. Just watch how he follows through. I followed through a little too much right there. Gave him the curse. But, what you need to focus on is that he still used that slip stroke when he broke, which is just absolutely insane. To be able to aim at something and about to put that much power into something and not have a grip on it until the last second, it allows you to get a way bigger snapping motion, but it also takes away from your consistency drastically, because you have everything going in motion until the very end. It all just comes together into one snap. And, you know, that's why Samoth is so good at his stroke that way. It's just because he's been doing it for 10,000 years. It looks like right here that Austin has a really good chance. Just nice little bump. Hopefully he still has a view of it. Let's take a look. Looks really close, but if he can see it, then he can go up and around that 9 ball, get to the middle of the table. Put a little bit too much stroke on it, but he might be able to make it on the side. If he makes it on the side, though, the only problem is that the 7 right there. You'd have to put it with all inside. You have to juice it up. It might not want to stay down. Looks like he was actually playing it safe right there, though. I mean, it looks like he was trying to play it 2 rails to the end. It didn't turn out too bad, but it's all about what he wants to do this shot. If Samoth wants to duck, but he probably won't. Cut that thin instead of bake it. Don't get on the rail. Okay. Here's the part about table 1. It gets really tight, so seems like he's learning that really, really quick. I mean, he's not dumb. It's just quiet. And it's an even race. Oh, sorry, I didn't look at the comments. I'm looking at it right now. Any way to block the commercials? I'm not sure. I'll check with Mike when he gets back. He's handling tournament stuff right now. Is Nelson playing? Nelson can't play because he came in top 3 in the last Joust Tour, so he can't play in the next 3. So it's any regional event in the past 3 years. If you get top 3, you can't play. And then Butters player. Who is in it and who is still undefeated? If Mike wants to go over the whole bracket with you, I'll let you. I'm not going over the whole bracket. I'm just letting you know who's playing right now. So, Ryan Stevens just beat Tim Perry, so Buzzsaw is out.
Hey, you're already there. Win or lose, you're coming. All right, so Al. We're going to bring back the top 12 only. And it's going to be 10:30 doors. And we're going to do start the matches at 2.
See how Casey breaks, man.
Relax. People can take their time. No decrease.
Landing low on that cue ball. He's on the right-hand side, and he came off the left. Which means that he was probably aiming with inside. And he leaned forward, which means that he aimed down to the right, because he's right-handed. And then he came off the left, which would have drawn the cue ball in just the way that it did.
That's just what happened.
So, I am back. Xavier, can you fill me in on what's been going on here?
Samoth has used up all of Austin's spots. It's now 4-0.
It looks like he's got 5-0 over there on the score.
Oh, okay. So apparently Samoth's up 1. It looked like I guess I messed that one up. I'm sorry, and then Samoth just made that incredible shot. Did you see that shot?
I did not.
Oh, he just drew it full table off of the nipple. Came back and back on a. Yeah. Also messed up.
Our players take number 7.
Same shooter. But just like most shots, left it 2 ways. Samoth's playing fine. Austin messed up on a 7 ball. Just He left him.
Do you think that it was due to the tighter pocket equipment, or do you think it was just he just couldn't execute?
No, if you're looking at this, I was just explaining to most people what the whole difference of what's going on right now. The only reason why Austin is down right now is just because Samoth's playing such good position play and so methodical with what he's doing that that half an inch or quarter of an inch, that difference of the pocket, it's not mattering that much. And I know there's other things about this table, like it has diamond rails or something like that.
Gotcha.
And it's but you know, when you're straight in on a ball like this, you know, it might affect it with where you rattle one here or there, but he's still straight in. And
gotcha.
And if he's not cutting anything, everything's right in his eyesight.
Yeah, he looks like he's getting very comfortable here.
Yeah. Things like this keep happening. You know, he's on the rail, but you know that five's right in the middle of the table. But you know, you watch it, he still does the slip stroke. You know, it got him right there. That's what I was talking about, your consistency, because everything comes to a snapping motion.
Table 7.
You know, this is what keeps him from being that open professional caliber, is that he messes up little stuff like that. Casey made a real, or I keep calling him Casey. His name is Austin. Made a pretty good shot. You can go into the 7, clear out the 7 so that it goes into the other corner pocket.
Xavier, I'm sorry I got to do this to you again, but I got to step out for one more minute.
It's okay.
Apologize, folks.
I just talked to myself. It's okay.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'm sure you have experience doing that. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean,
It's like, well, I am me.
I'll never admit it.
I'll never admit it. But
Never.
all right, excuse me for 1 minute, folks.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a rack-winning shot right there. Casey just gave me a look like, so close. All right, I call him Casey again. Austin. It's because there's another Austin, and I messed him up. I thought Austin Ross was here all day. Can you grab Steph for me?
What do you want from her?
Yeah, what is the biggest one I got? But I want like a really small rim. If she got me another one from Jess or something, yeah, the black girl. Yeah. Then same thing. All right. So it looks like it's going up 6-0.
Players, real quick, I just want to make an announcement for all of the players in the tournament. We're going to be bringing back tomorrow the final 12 only. The decision's been made. We're going to bring back just the final 12. So if you come 13th or 16, you're going to get paid out tonight. And the final 12 are going to come back tomorrow only. And also, we're going to push the start time tomorrow a little bit later so you guys don't have to get here so early. That was okay. So we're going to do 10:30 doors tomorrow, and we're going to start the tournament at noon. So the first round of matches are going to be at noon.
So Mike's just letting everybody know that we're trying to work around the fight. I mean, it's important. A lot of people here want to play in the tournament as well as a fight, but also it's 5,000 for first. If you felt like you didn't play as well because there was a fight, it's a pretty big letdown. So
we're going to be bringing back just the final.
We're getting final 12 tomorrow, which means that we'll probably get done pretty early. But that means that we can also sleep in a little bit tomorrow, because he wanted us all here at 10 and doors opened at 9. That's really not normal. I'm going to have my... So, Anonymous 5936. That is, so if it's cut like that, it means that the rails are cut like that. So all you have to do is just buy AMF rails. And then having the table done, depends on where you're at, obviously. I mean, if you're in Providence, you have DL. And you have Jay Spielberg. I mean, Jay Spielberg did my table. And he's a Hall of Famer. DL, I believe, is Christie's. And if you have it cut, I mean, you can go super tight. I mean, 4 inches is about as tight as you want to go, and that's like one pocket practice kind of tight. 4.5 is, I mean, a good practice, and then 4.25. I mean, that's a tight box. So, you know, it's all about what you want to do. If you're practicing rotation games, you don't want the ball super tight, or you don't want the pocket super tight, because you may have that theory that you're running out and you're playing better, or that you're, I don't know. You might have that theory that because you're shooting in a tighter box and you're making balls that you're running out better, but most of this game, if you see, it's not about how big a pocket is. It's about your position play. You know, it's so much shooting at straight-in balls right here, and they're a foot away. It doesn't matter if you're shooting into a 4-inch box. It doesn't matter if you're shooting in 2.5-inch pockets like those Russian pyramid tables. If you can't move the ball, you're not going to be able to shoot at anything. So now we got a touchy shot here. You can either go, probably going to go 1 rail because you can cut it super thin and cut over. He's going to have to go 2 rails. If he didn't get there, he can still play a 2-rail safety. Let's see if he got there. Doesn't look like he got there, but he can stop the cue ball on the nose right there. In case he, I mean, he could play a 1-rail bank if he wanted to. It's 2 ways. I just said that. Hit it perfectly. I mean, he was supposed to go up past the 9. He wasn't supposed to hit that 8 ball there, but see how confident he's feeling. Uh-oh. Where's this going? Looks like he's going to get a good roll, though, on the rail. See if Casey can cut this in for get on the board for Austin. Sweet money is Greg Winbush. Thank you. And then Buzz Blair. Is this Adam Blair? Who's Buzz Blair? It's always good to shoot into a tight box. Nice. Mike Webb chose not to play. One second. What's up? I know. I asked, can you get it from Ness at the bro? I know. Can I get a pumpkin head with a rim? You tell her to stop. You tell her to stop. Trying to get a drink, and apparently I'm going to order like 7 of them. But, oh well. So you guys know I have this like 32-ounce beer. Oh, everybody's looking up at me. So I got a headset on, looking irresponsible. I did not see what just happened. The score hasn't been adjusted, so say that. Austin probably got that rack. I'll wait. Mark the score though. Let's go over to camera 2, see if we can. Got Ran over there, shooting in the 9 ball. Nice shot, Ran. It's going to put him up 6-4, and Chris Lille is spotting him 10-8. And I broke my promise. I didn't let you know who it was, but it looks like Sweet Money is up, or Greg is up on Jimmy Prather, 8-5. Okay, and the score is 6-1. Oh, it's a back cam. He moved out a little bit. Let's see if he can just not bend over so much. Just stay still. He's getting a little bit better because his cue ball stayed forward. And he's got a shot on the 1. It's good. But he's still coming off the left side of that ball, so he's breaking across the 1 ball, which means he's not getting the full force of it. So if he can just focus on moving that cue ball a little bit more to the right, he'll be able to stop that cue ball right there. And he might not necessarily get a shot on the 1, judging by where the 1 is now and where it's been going. But he'll still be shooting at the 1, and he can start playing some safeties to rattle some mud a little bit. And with that, he's got that shot. Went a little far, though. This is tough. It's tough too because if you kick at it, it's going to carry him off at 3, and you got to hit it hard. You got to get that cue ball out of there. Let's go from the top. If he can see the edge, then it's good. But he needs to hit that hard too because he needs to hit the side rail. Instead, I mean that usually happens, or that happens when you gotta make a decision. But that was also just a terribly tough shot. You know, it's easy to say, yeah, he could have hit that. It's only a foot kick shot, but it's also you got to think about where that cue ball is going, especially when you're down 6-1. I mean, so much shown that he can run out from a bunch of different spots. It looks like the 7 goes too, so it works out to where the 8's out there. Now he's gonna figure out the 4. Probably put in the side. That way if he goes too far, he can go in the corner. Fooled me again. Wants to roll it forward. This works out. I mean, he needs to make it. Good shot. He got the right angle to pop out for the 7. Now he's just got, the only thing he's got to be aware of is the 9, but he might not even touch the 9 now. He might have hit this so good. It's a good hit. Straight in the side. He's got this speed pretty much down. He can go either in the corner or on the side. Probably in the side. It's a good shot. He's playing strong. He's just... The play that he lost to was actually Al McGuane, so it shows you how good Run was shooting. But pool math never works out. It's like fighter math. Just because somebody beat somebody doesn't mean... It just means they beat him that round. Things can turn around so quickly on this tight box because as soon as you start feeling the pressure, tight box just tightens up. I'm not sure who TM Stir is, but Mike Webb made it, but he decided to work instead of playing in the event. He qualified as a B. One on the side. A lot of traffic. That's not good. Sorry. You see he's putting that 1 ball on the side, but I don't think he's meaning to. Putting the 1 on the side is generally when you put the 9 on the spot. But it certainly happens a ton. He also made the 2. How you push out here, though, is you want to... I probably would have broken out that 8 ball a little bit. Probably would have nudged it over a little bit and kept going down. So right now, Austin, he's got some options. You know, you have a 9 as a stopper. You have a really thin cut shot that you can play, but it's generally safe if you overcut it. And then you got that, which, that's good. You just got to make sure you get by the side. And now this is a tricky shot right here because he's going right into all this traffic, and it's going all which way, but he can make this ball. And it's really unfortunate for Austin, but we'll see where he lands. Instead, he misses the ball completely. That's really unexpected. Fatigue, though. Nice and straight on this. He looks like he should get out from here. You know, he might have to travel a little bit with his 6 ball, but he's on. I mean, he has the 6 ball. Worst is that he's going at the 9. And he might get stopped down there, but if he hit the 9, got a good roll. We'll see where it goes. It's not a good roll. Now you have one of these shots where you're down 7-1. You could bank this on the side, nice and easy. But you got to draw it away to make sure you don't go down. Oh, instead he's playing. Maybe cutting it. It's a good bid. He didn't scratch. He left it long. Can't ask for much more than that. You know, if Samoth makes this, it's because he gave it his best two-way shot effort. You know, he could have put him on the rail, but if he makes this, it's just because he makes it.
What? I can't even understand what you need. Bubbles. Small bubbles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A little bit.
Looks like we just got a little traffic between table 1 and table 8. Watch Ran as he's breaking. Ran is up 7-4, and unfortunately, Chris hung.
Playing pretty soon.
Unfortunately, Chris hung the last 9 ball.
Yeah, the table you're playing on it's 7-1, and it's a 10-6 race.
I mean, Chris needs to tighten up though.
So just
obviously, I say a lot of obvious stuff, don't I?
He disappears.
He obviously needs to tighten up.
All right, no problem.
Mikey Minicello though over there. Samoth's waiting because he's got a tough shot over there. He's up 9-4. And if he makes this, he's done. But let's get back to this match. Let's see if he makes this. That's what I was saying. Can't ask much more. Now, how big of a bounce are you going to get off this?
All right, surprise. I'm back.
For 10 minutes.
Xavier, I trust, is taking care of you guys on the stream.
How is Deshane retired? I never said.
Has Deshane retired?
Oh, I was going to say. Deshane retired? No, he's working.
Yeah, I don't know if he's retired.
He got a job. He went and played at Steinway at a Predator Tour event. He finished strong. He came in 3rd. Mike can't play in this though. Anyway,
Mike is not allowed to play in this tournament here. This is in amateur only.
Mm-hmm.
Amateur only.
Looks like Jared DeMarco is up 3-1 on CJ. It looks like Jimmy Prather is on the hill, and Sweet Money has 8.
All right, Ed Dirk takes the win.
Yeah. And Austin gets out from there. I mean, he only needs 4 games. It's a 3-4 race. So, if he can snatch this one back, it's an even race. We'll see what happens. Let's go see how he's breaking. See if he can get that half a tip inside that I was talking about, just to keep that cue ball from coming off the left-hand side.
You gotta win one more,
I know.
and you come back tomorrow.
Oh, he's still doing it, but you notice how he's flinging his cue up now. That's where the top English came. That's usually when you get that hook to the side like that is when you hit above center.
Yeah. 1, 2. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. You gotta get one more. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Yeah, no, you're in the bottom of the money right now. At the bottom of the cash, yeah. Yep. Nice job.
Wow. I say wow because the table next to us where Chris Leal and ran. Wow, another good kick. One rail kick. And he hangs it in the jaws. And a little smile. Yeah, Ran Tamba just went 4 rails, kicked out a ball the way that he wanted to, cut it over the way that he wanted to, and the only thing he did was he just came up short on a rail by about a half an inch. It was truly almost an exceptional shot. Samoth's got a open shot now. So he's gonna pop over the side, put that 2 in the same pocket. Except he's thinking too far ahead. I'm gonna take a break for a second. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No problem, X. I got you right here. All right. So I'm going to attempt to manage these 2 things on my own here. It's happened. See, I see Butters Blair in the chat there. Okay. Also want to give a shout to Mr. Joe Cameron and Mario Mazzetta. They are tuning in to the live stream. We love you guys. Hope to see you tomorrow for the finals. If you guys can make it down, come check us out. Come down to the room. It's going to be 10:30 doors, and the first round matches are going to be at noon. So if you guys can get here a little before noon, come check it out. Come watch some of the matches. Pardon me 1 sec.
I still got to play today. Okay. You're in the money. I am already in the money. All right, sweet. So, outstanding. Thank you.
Table number 4, Lucas Werner, Kevin Baccio. Lucas Werner, Kevin Baccio, that's on table 4.
Samoth coming with a nice 7 ball there. Looking to finish the table. The 8 ball wiped its feet on the way in, but nonetheless it dropped and he's sitting good on the 9 ball. All right, he is up 8-2 in the 10-6 race. He is bearing down and making it happen here. I see sweet money on his way over. Let's see what happened there. Not sure what the outcome was there. Waiting for somebody to give me a signal. And it also looks like we have Matt Resendiz and Mike Minicello on the winner's side. And to be honest, it looks as though Matt Resendiz took that match down. Matt Resendiz over Mike Minicello. All right. We've got 2 C players undefeated on the winner's side, 3 C players, and then we have 1, 2, 3 B-class players. We have Jared Demalia undefeated, Lucas Werner undefeated, and Kevin Paccio undefeated. So the lower skill set is proving that they are strong and that those few games there are a big deal.
I can handle that.
Okay, so, and it also looks like it's going to be Jim Prather over Sweet Money as well. Excuse me 1 second, just got to make one quick call.
And I'm back.
Be right back.
Looking like, come back, it looks like he's out. It's not much to say. I only saw 4 shots. Played all 4 shots good. Nothing you can do. It's on the hill, ladies and gentlemen. See if we can get this. See if we can get this break going right here. All right, Austin.
Stevens with center. Ryan Stevens with center. That's on table 3.
Yep, came off the left-hand side. He's still making the ball. This turned out pretty okay, but hope you can all see what I'm talking about where that ball comes right off the side. You don't want to break across the 1. A shocking upset. Matthew Hernandez has beaten Mikey Minicello, Hill. On table 8. This is interesting here. Because if this 3 is wired, I think it is. Just judging by this angle, let's take a top one. Maybe not. I don't think so. No, definitely not. But you can see that he was trying to get behind all that stuff, and he actually left a shot if he wants to. I mean, it's a freebie. Worst you're gonna do is undercut it. It's gonna go foot rail, side rail, and come back to the foot rail. And the worst that's gonna happen is your cue ball is gonna run to the 9. It's gotta be aware though, not touch that 5 because they have those in-process fouls. Took a swing at it. See how it turned out. I mean, it's not ideal. It's dead straight though across the whole table. Like I said, dead straight. Samoth's getting a little aggravated. Don't know why. Oh, that's disappointing. That's the ball he needed to make. Samoth might not give him another chance. It all depends on that 4, 5, 6 up there. So he might try and get close to it and try and get underneath it or something. 'Cause that's not a bad route to go either, but you got to get in the right spot so that you can play that 3 comfortably. Pretty much right there. That's about perfect. And then you can come 2 rails, maybe 3, underneath the 4, or you can get the 4 into that other opposite corner away from the 5 and the 6. Either way, put himself in the best spot to do this. See where he's going? Going right in, come underneath, and you got it in the side or in the other corner. There really wasn't much that could go wrong right there. This is what I mean by the tight pockets. He put himself in a spot where it didn't matter how small the pocket was. And he couldn't really get safe. He was attacking at all these other balls. He's smiling and stuff now. Everybody's talking to him about make that ball, but when it's straight, he misses it by 3 inches. One more shot. Pretty weak shot right there. Not gonna lie, I'm embarrassed. Little too much gravy on his potato. Okay. Cool. He makes this. Of course, he makes a great shot. Great shot. The size of these pockets and the stress of that being the hill rack. That was a great shot. I saw him miss one of these though, so see if he makes it. Very good shot. Samoth Sam wins 10-2.
Okay, so
boy.
yeah, your guy came through there. Austin Roberts is.
No, I was talking about Austin. I was cheering for Austin the whole time.
Oh, come on, you can't fool me. So
Well, you were only here 5 minutes.
yeah. So again, we are transmitting and broadcasting live from Snookers in Providence, Rhode Island. The 8th Annual Budweiser Classic, $5,000 guaranteed first prize. Beautiful room over here at Snookers. We're going to end this recording.